Oh boy, Carl.
Vinny, you don't seem like yourself today.
I don't feel like myself today.
Is everything all right, man?
I've got the sniffles.
Aw, my poor little Vinny.
I got the sniffles. Someone help.
Is there someone taking care of you at home, hopefully?
No.
What?
I'm all by myself.
Oh, no.
With all the responsibility.
What a disaster.
My wife gets home at like 4 today. Her boyfriend's dropping her off at the front of the house,
Nice.
so that'll be good. It's Creep Off Monday, Carl.
Sure is.
You came up with this category today. I'm kind of excited for it.
Yes, there's a specific reason why we're doing has-beens today.
Oh, I could guess what it is.
Yep.
Let's start the show.
You're listening to the Karl Network.
Attention parents, what you're about to see is not suitable for kids. Shoot, it's not even suitable for some grown-ups. You might want to walk away now if you ain't into these type of things.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
I'm going to deliver the goods because I'm alive and I'm not backing down.
Cuckoo. What the hell is this supposed to be?
Disgusting, vomit-inducing thing.
Hola, creepos. Welcome to another episode of your favorite true crime podcast, the show about creeps by creeps for you creeps. I'm your host. My name is Vinny, and joining me today in the studio, it's Carl.
What is happening, Vinny Paulino? Very excited to be here with you on this fine Super Chat Monday.
It is Super Chat Monday. It came right around. 1 week after the last one.
Do you know what I just realized? I just remembered why we call it Super Chat Monday. I can't believe I just think about this now because we've been doing it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Stuttering John used to have a shows like Super Chat Saturday or something like that? He's trying to get people to give him money. So he declared like one of the shows that he did was the Super Chat show.
That's not how that works, John.
It's not how that works at all, which is why we were making fun of it. And now I feel like Chad with the hype train. Now we've just made it our thing. And now we're ridiculous.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Would it be less ridiculous if we set a goal?
Oh, okay. New idea. Super Chat Monday, and we have a goal that we can't possibly reach.
Not be hacks.
Let's do it.
All right, that's our goal.
That's our
not
goal.
Not to be hacks today.
Try not to suck. See how well that goes.
So, folks, my voice is going a little bit. Not feeling great. I am ready for this show.
This is my favorite version of you, actually. This is good.
Quiet.
Yeah, maybe you'll have a shorter story today. That'd be nice.
Dude, I wish. This shit goes on forever.
So we're doing Creepiest Has-Been today because we're excited for, I was going to say Hackamated, DabbleCon 2 happening this weekend right here in this club. You can still get tickets at WTPLive.com. If you want to stream it, you can do that. Dabblecon.live is where you go to sign up for that. You'll get an email with your password, and then you can go in and watch it during the live broadcast or anytime thereafter. And so because we're celebrating the has-been that is Stuttering John Melendez, we thought it'd be fun to do the creepiest has-been on today's show. But of course, first we have to find out the results from last week's show. And in order to do that, we bring on our lovely and talented results girl, Danny.
Danny, reading results so dandy. Please won't you post that fanny all over the Patreon. Danny, that body's so uncanny. Voice smooth like lemon shandy. Oh yeah, she's my creep girl.
Hey guys.
Hi Danny. How are you today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm a little nervous because I feel like last week would be close.
Yeah, of course it was.
Like
I brought it.
You did. You brought a guy who was really pretty slick murderer, other than the part he completely fucked it all up.
Right. Except for the part where he fucked it all up. But other than that, he was really good at murdering.
Well, he had a good plan. If it had executed, he had a good plan. My guy, just stole people's beloved pets and fucked them to death.
Right.
So,
well,
people pet.
Hopefully there aren't a lot of dog lovers in the voting audience. I'm sure I have a chance here.
On this show, probably. There probably aren't a lot of people who love dogs, but we'll find out. If you love dogs, remember, always vote for Vinny. Danny, tell us the results.
Okay, just make sure everybody goes to vote at thecreepoff.com because we need votes. Everybody vote. But it was in fact close. 57% of the vote of last week's wild card was the winner was Vinny.
Fuck you! Please!
That's the point, Carl.
This is not good, Danny.
I know. You gotta get a point, man.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Normally I'd be upset with you, Danny, but with that top that you're wearing today, I can't be mad at you.
Oh, thank
So
you.
I'm gonna let this one go this time. But
Okay.
Please do a better job next week when you read the results. We can't let Vinny run away with this one. I got to get my Patreon money back.
Hey, Carl, you know what this means?
One more for the good guys.
Yeah,
That's
I
right,
do.
bitch. That's
I
right.
do, Vinny.
That's right. 2-0 this round. And you picked the category today, so you might have the legs up.
Maybe.
Danny, are you wearing an NLO hat?
I sure am.
Giving Melton some love?
Yeah, I
Look at
mean,
you go.
Yeah.
Melton should use you as a model for his merch store.
Oh, I would love that. That would be awesome.
All right. I'll let him know.
Her eyes just
Okay.
lit up.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll take you up on that. Danny, you're wonderful. You could follow her at Danny Desolation on Instagram. Anything else going on this week you want to tell us about?
Nothing in particular.
Great. Then we'll see you next Monday.
Thanks, Danny.
Keep bringing in the good news.
Can we make her image larger than yours next time?
I would like to, too.
Yeah.
Just make her full screen. We should probably do that anyway. Just make her full screen.
Correct, Vinny.
I like to
I'm a
sneak in
marketing
there.
guy, and I know this stuff works.
I can't even push them up anymore. They're disappearing.
All right.
I can't help, Carl.
So we're doing Creepiest Has Been, and Vinny, you are up first. So let's get at it.
Carl, I have been hit by a copyright claim by YouTube the last time I played any of this gentleman's music on the show, so I will not be playing it today, but I will tell you this. This guy has a career resurgency, but he has been completely ignored by the musical industry since 1980. Ladies and gentlemen, my creep today was born under the name of Paul Francis Gadd. You all know him as Gary motherfucking Glitter.
That's right, baby. Look at this guy. Do they still play him in arenas and sports stadiums, Vinny?
Well, the reason why I said he had a career kind of resurgence
is
because remember the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix?
I sure do.
Coming down the
great
stairs,
movie.
He's listening to Rock and Roll number 2.
Well, I don't think that's why. I mean,
No, it created a ton of downloads.
Did it really?
It got a ton of downloads.
That song has been popular for decades as it's played at every sporting event you go to.
Well, Carl, I'm going to tell you this right now. Paul Francis Gadd, Gary Glitter, is a problem.
Is he?
Yeah. He looks like this Doctor Who cast off. Look at this fucking outfit.
That outfit's not great.
How no one knew this guy was a problem back then is pretty shocking.
Well, you're going to start judging David Bowie now, too, just because he's dressed like an idiot? I mean, come on. This is what we want in the 70s from our rock stars.
That's a good point. This guy was like glam rock and shit.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. He was very successful. He also happened to be best friends with Jimmy Savile.
Yeah, that's not great.
Doesn't help.
They have something in common, those two?
Turns out they had some mutual interests.
Okay.
He changes, his name was Gary Glitter on stage. In the early 70s, he had a ton of hits. Rock and Roll Parts 1 and 2. Do You Want to Touch Me? I Love You. Love Me, Love. I'm the Leader of the Gang. Hello, Hello, I'm Back Again. The guy had sold over 20 million records in England, 26 hit singles in England. BBC News described him as one of the 20 most successful British artists of all time. Up until about 1997, Carl.
Okay.
When the BBC described his fall from grace as quite dramatic and spectacular. Let me tell you what happened to this rocker. In November 1997, he took his Toshiba laptop to go get worked on.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how that goes.
I do know how that goes. There's certain people that should never bring their laptop in to get repaired.
If you're a famous
set it on fire
person and you bring, like, I assume if you ever drop your laptop off, people are looking through your computer.
Really?
They're going to look at everything. I assume that.
Okay.
I just assume that because everybody's a creep. If you're Gary fucking Glitter and you're a rock star, I guarantee you when you drop your laptop off, people are going to be looking through it. And it turns out when they looked through it, they found a whole lot of child porn. shit 4,000 images of men fucking children.
See, this is all Windows' fault. If his operating system hadn't died, he wouldn't have had to bring his computer in.
Yeah. So here's the problem. He drops the computer off, comes back to pick it up, and he's met there by the police. And he's just like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. He eventually admits that it was his computer and that these images were his. He was jailed for 4 months in 1999 and forced to register as a sex offender for 6 years. Okay. Here's his defense.
Okay.
I was abused as a child, so maybe I was trying to work on my own feelings. Today, it would not happen. I have no interest in looking at that awful porn now. I have absolutely no interest at all. It has destroyed my life. It has destroyed my family's life, and it's most likely destroyed all those poor victims' lives. I have total empathy for those poor children.
That's the right thing to say. I have to give it to him. I don't know if his manager came up with that or a PR person. Pretty good statement.
So he gets out in 2000.
Yep. All right. So he's a good guy now. He's on the straight and narrow. I don't even know why you're saying he's a creep.
Well,
seems like he learned his lesson.
Let's talk about his travels abroad.
Oh.
He didn't want to stay in England after he got out. In fact, he says that because of the British media, that he has become a public hate figure, and he fled on his yacht to Spain. He told the locals...
It's a nice option to have.
He told the locals his name was Larry Brillanti. Until they figured out who he was hanging around the Spanish town, making people very uncomfortable. He would frequently invite very young girls on his yacht. Once they realized who he was and they looked at how he was behaving, they fucking ran him out of Spain.
What age girls are we talking about? Very young girls?
Under 15.
Oh, so not like Leonardo DiCaprio type of yacht party.
No. This is like we're giving him juice boxes. Kind of a party.
Gotcha.
So when he's run out of Spain, where can a pedo hide? He picked a great spot.
Thailand?
He tried Cambodia. Yeah. In late 2002, he was detained there over sex offenses. He spent 4 days in jail before being released. Apparently, he was hanging out with younger women again in Cambodia, and that is frowned upon. People report you for that shit. All around the world, people report you for that shit. And you have to be pretty bad to get reported for that in fucking Cambodia.
Well, Cambodians look young anyway. Just pick one of age there, Gary.
So they deported him out of Cambodia. They fucking kicked him out of the country. And he went to a little place you may have heard of called Vietnam.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah. He rented a luxury seaside villa and applied for permanent Vietnamese residency. He came to the attention of the Vietnamese authorities, unfortunately, after being banned from a nightclub for allegedly groping a teenage waitress.
Wait, this woman's old enough to work in a nightclub?
You're old enough to work in a nightclub. You're old enough to get groped by Gary Glitter.
Right. I think that's the rules in Vietnam.
Well, let's keep going.
Okay.
Eyewitnesses also reported seeing him take 2 young girls into his home. In November 2005, he fled that home. When the police came there, they found a 15-year-old girl living there. Police began searching for Glitter, and he was arrested on November 20th while trying to board a flight to Bangkok. It turns out 6 Vietnamese girls and women aged from 11 to 23 claimed Glitter had sex with them.
Okay.
So, not great. Glitter was held in jail through the criminal investigation. The charge of rape was dropped for lack of evidence. Now, they did try to charge him with rape of the 11-year-old.
But he's not looking at that porn anymore, though, right? He said he stopped doing that.
No, he doesn't want to have anything to do with kids.
No, he stopped looking at the CP. It's really the thing that he said he was going to do. And so
now he's just fucking children.
Yeah,
he's not looking at the porn.
Right. I don't know if that's a better thing. Probably not.
You know, if they had charged him with child rape and he was convicted, you know what they do to you in Vietnam for that?
No, what do they do for it to you?
Firing squad.
Is that true?
It is true.
Oh, that's fun.
They would have fucking shot this motherfucker. That would have been awesome.
Hey, is it true that in a firing squad, only one of the guys actually has real bullets and everyone else has blanks? So that the guys who shoot don't know if they actually killed someone or not?
I don't know if that's true. I've never been involved in a firing squad.
That's too bad. I hope someday soon, buddy. Someday soon.
Well,
you know, I don't even know why people travel to these kinds of countries. You ever watch that show Locked Up Abroad?
Yeah.
Fucking great.
I don't even want to go to Canada.
I know. It just seems like these laws are so ridiculous that you're getting hung or a firing squad.
Yeah. You don't know what the rules are.
Right.
You know, you hear all the good things. You're allowed to fuck kids in Thailand. That's what everybody thinks.
Everyone says that.
And then you go there. It's like, oh, stop it. You're going to jail.
Yeah. It's fucked up, man. And then they're like mad at you for doing bad stuff.
Fucking
crazy.
Fucking all
I'm an American.
All politics.
Do you know who you're talking to here, sir? I'm an American.
I will sue you, officer.
Yeah, Carl's Cop Cam coming up in the next segment.
in March of 2006. He was tried on charges of committing obscene acts with 2 girls, ages 10 and 11. This is in Vietnam. Facing up to 14 years in prison if convicted. The following day, he was found guilty and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Would you like to know why? Because the families of the girls received compensatory payments from Glitter. The families of the girls appealed for clemency for him.
Oh, okay.
He fucking paid them off.
Nice.
And check this
Smart
out.
move.
The sentence included mandatory deportation at the end of his sentence and a payment of 5 million Vietnamese dongs. I think that's their money.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You know how much 5 million Vietnamese dongs is in American dollars?
Let me guess. $323.
Dude, you were so close. 315.
Holy shit. That's not bad.
You were so fucking close. $350 to a 10-year-old and 11-year-old. They're set for life. Now he's moving on. But where does he go? He continues to deny any type of wrongdoing. He says, I had no idea they were 10 or 11. Like you said, they all look the same to him.
Right.
He also claimed that he was being framed by the British tabloid newspapers.
Probably true. They'll get you.
So he gets released in 2008, and he's supposed to be deported back to the UK. This is one of my favorite little side notes of the story.
Okay.
They take it directly to the airport after they release him. Like, get the fuck out of our country, you pervert. And British police were there. He refused to get on the plane. And they couldn't force him because the British police didn't have any type of jurisdiction.
No authority, right?
So he said, fuck you guys. I'm going to go sit in a hotel. And the reason he didn't want to go back is because in England, he knew what was coming. He was going on a registry again. And not only was he going on the registry again, they were going to give him what's called an FTO, a foreign travel order, which means you're not allowed to leave the country.
Probably
they were going to keep an eye on his ass.
Yeah, they probably also weren't going to let him fuck children anymore, too.
They were not going to let him fuck children.
But why
anymore.
would he be allowed in a hotel in Vietnam when the Vietnamese have the authority to say, nope, you got to get the fuck out of here?
Well, it ended up being a big fight. He claims, I'm a free man. I could go wherever I want to. And they said, no, you need to leave or we will just fly you back to England ourselves. That's what Vietnam said. So he tries to get a flight to Hong Kong. And the people when he landed in Hong Kong.
Oh, he did get a flight to Hong Kong.
He got on a flight to Hong Kong. He shows up in Hong Kong and the cops are waiting for him in the airport and say, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here either, motherfucker. Take your fucking stupid silver vest and get going.
What a Haiti. They're not even paying attention down there.
Dude, 19 countries would not let him in.
That's hilarious.
Cuba, Cambodia, the Philippines.
He tried to go to Cuba?
They wouldn't let him in.
That's how bad it was?
No.
Wow.
So he ends up going back to the UK. He didn't want to. And he had kind of a bit of a low profile there for a couple of years, for about 3 years, until his buddy Jimmy Savile died. And then a certain documentary that I believe we've talked a lot about on the show, The Other Side of Jimmy Savile, was put out there for people. And there were some accusations against Glitter in that he raped a 13 and a 14-year-old girl in Savile's BBC dressing room. And he also was accused of sneaking into the bed of a 10-year-old girl and attempting to rape her.
How do you sneak into a bed?
I don't know. How do you not see this asshole coming?
Right, yeah. His big boots are on. He's clanking on the floor.
So he gets accused of 7 counts of indecent assault, 1 count of attempted rape, and 2 other sexual offenses by 3 girls between 1975 and 1980. He was accused of assaulting the 2 girls and inviting them backstage into his dressing room and attempting to rape a girl under the age of 10, having crept into her bed. The trial lasted 2.5 weeks. He was convicted of attempted rape, 4 counts of indecent assault, and 1 of having sex with a girl under the age of 13. He got 16 years.
Okay.
Now, he is now 79 years old. Okay. This is 2023.
Do you have a current photo of this guy? I'd like to see what he looks like now.
Sure. I do, actually.
Great. Yeah, all right. There we go.
That's him now.
Interesting. He's actually aged pretty well.
For a guy who spent time in fucking Vietnamese prison, he looks like I'm great.
Yeah, no shit. There must be something to fucking young girls that is good for you, right? Keeps you
young.
Keeps you young, yes.
That's
Hanging
what
out
they
with
say
young
when you have an
people.
old dog bringing a puppy.
That's right.
That's so fucked
That's
up.
what Rob Saul says.
I've heard. If I knew who Rob Saul was.
He's Stuttering John's co-host now.
I don't watch that show.
From the Saul show.
So he was automatically released in February of 2023, Carl, even though he still had 8 years left on his sentence. They did this automatically, but a panel said they continued to show that Gary Glitter continued to show, quote, a lack of victim empathy. The summary of the parole board's panel said it found on the evidence that at the time of the offering, and while he was on license, Mr. Gadd had sexual interest in underage girls still. They still let him out. He goes into a halfway house.
Okay.
He is out for approximately 6 weeks.
Okay.
Before he is back in prison.
Starts bringing dates home to the halfway house.
Now, remember, this guy does not want to watch child porn. He does not. No. That ruins these. I got tricked by this sweet Cambodian snatch and Vietnamese snatch. They all tricked me. The British tabloids set me up. Everybody set me up.
Yep.
And then in 2023, he's finally out of prison. He's in this halfway house. And one of the guys in the halfway house is filming him from across the room where he's sitting there with the cell phone. And I cannot find the video. I looked very, very hard for this. I know it's out there. I could not find it, but I do have a transcript.
Okay.
In the video, he asked the pal, shall I get rid of this duck? Referring to DuckDuckGo. His friend replies, yeah, I wouldn't bother using that if I were you. Glitter says, so then what do I do next then? Let's try and find this onion. One step at a time. Now, DuckDuckGo obviously is the search engine that protects people's privacy. They claim to. Onion.
Well, I believe they do, because we read a lot of these stories and they say, and the guy's recent search history was this, and this. It's always coming from Google. You never hear about what they were checking out on DuckDuckGo.
That is true.
In any of these articles.
And that website, though, Onion, is the problem.
Okay.
It's basically one of the main search engines to access the dark web.
Okay.
So he's going to be in prison for another 8 years, and hopefully he will rock and roll in hell. I hate this fucking look. I don't like his music. I like the one song. Everybody does. He sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
It's so over stylized British garbage.
It didn't age well.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do the right thing and vote for Vinnie and the unrepentant glam rock douchebag Gary Glitter this week at thecreepoff.com. Please and thanks.
All right, so let's hit a couple super chats real quick. It is Super Chat Monday. We appreciate you guys celebrating along with us. And Rick Yu with $5 says, can't use SJ this week because you have to be someone before you can be a has-been. Whoa. Have you heard of what John's resume? Hold on. I don't think Rick Yu 3220 knows John's resume. Let me go through it real quick.
Pro football arm wrestling all-stars.
Rocco Orb 2002 says Jojo Siwa is Dokken to Miley Cyrus's Iron Maiden.
That is a very funny comparison and might not be wrong.
It might not be wrong.
I like Dokken a little bit. They're not bad.
What?
I like Into the Fire.
Miguel with $5 says, just to be clear, what is the exact exchange rate for Glitter's dong versus the Vietnamese dong? That's a good question.
I couldn't tell you, sir.
Is it really called dong?
D-O-N-G.
Is it really? That's fun.
I think so.
All right. It's my turn to present my creep for today. And I have brought a gentleman named Ryan Grantham.
Ryan Grantham.
Yes, or Grantham. So Ryan started working as an actor in 2007 when he was 9 years old. He had a starring role in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Familiar with that movie, Vinny?
No.
No. Well, he was in that movie. He went on to make appearances in Supernatural, iZombie, and Riverdale.
Don't know any of these things.
Yes, you do. He's a big famous star living outside of Vancouver. And to tell you the story, I found video of one of my buddies, the super dynamic Dr. Todd Grande, who always does a great job presenting the facts. So let's start off with what our boy Ryan decided to do when he turned 21 years old.
Folks, we're a week away from him having Missy B come in here and explain why all of his creeps are narcissists. I'm telling you.
March of 2020. Do you remember that time, Vinny?
Oh, that was the birth of this show, Carl.
Was it?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
It was also when all of the governments around the world decided to go crazy and lock everyone down.
Yeah. Second most important thing that happened that month.
Right. Good point.
First was Creep Off number 1.
Okay. Gosh, how did I not know that?
Because you're not a good friend.
Oh. Fair enough.
All right. So you want me to play your first clip?
Yes, please.
You got it, buddy.
On March 31, 2020, 21-year-old Ryan was with his 64-year-old mother, Barbara, in a townhouse where they lived in Squamish, British Columbia. Ryan was having thoughts of killing his mother. He retrieved a .22 caliber rifle. He loaded and unloaded the weapon several times. At one point, He sat on the stairs of the townhouse for almost 15 minutes, trying to decide what he was going to do. Eventually, Ryan decided that murder was his best option. He approached his mother from behind as she was playing the piano. Ryan
I saw
pointed
that
the
video.
rifle at the back of her head and fired one time. Barbara did not survive.
You think it was her piano playing that drove him to do it, Vinny? What were you saying?
Well, no, I just said he approached his mother from behind while she was playing the piano. I was like, I saw that video.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, he's going for a joke.
I get
whatever.
it. All right. So he decided to shoot his mom in the back of the head while she was just sitting there minding her own business. And what did he do after that? You might ask, Vinny. Well, let's find out.
Well, hopefully say sorry. Turn yourself
Too
in.
late. It might be too late for that.
Yeah, true.
Ryan left the townhouse to get money, marijuana, and beer. After he returned home, he constructed Molotov cocktails and watched Netflix for 2.5 hours before going to sleep. On the next day, April 1, Ryan covered his mother's body with a sheet. He positioned lit candles around her body and hung a rosary from the piano.
All right. So he kind of went about his day, kind of went about doing what he was doing, making some Molotov cocktails. The next day, he's just like, oh, this is a real eyesore having this dead woman in front of the piano. It's pretty this up a little bit, which is nice.
We'll put a nice little rosary there.
Yeah.
Eventually it'll just be bones.
Decorated around the mom. So they decided the next step here. And this is where I thought, okay, maybe this guy isn't a creep after all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, he murdered his mother.
No, but this next thing I was like, yeah, okay. I see what he's doing here, though. This makes sense.
And then he hung out watching Stranger Things, making Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, that's
Ryan
true.
loaded
He's not
his
great.
vehicle with
This
3
kid.
firearms, ammunition, 12 Molotov cocktails, and camping supplies. He had a map with directions to Rideau Cottage in Ottawa. This is a 22-room Georgian revival home owned by the Canadian Crown, which was occupied by the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. Ryan had the intention of murdering the Prime Minister.
All right. So, if you have a little bit of fame when you're younger and then you're not getting as many roles, or you're in a movie and now you're just doing TV, like, what else can I do? What
You
else
just
can
murdered your mom,
do?
agent.
Yeah, he just murdered the mom. And he's like, that's not going to make that many headlines. What else can I be doing? So he gets in his car and he starts driving. He's driving towards Ottawa. Now, of course, that's across the entire country. So that's going to take him a while. And about 2.5 hours into his drive, he decides, you know what? It's going to take me for fucking ever to get to this place. Maybe I should just do something cool right around here. This is my next clip.
Sometimes people get bored.
Yep.
Ryan stopped about 2.5 hours into his drive in the town of Hope. At this point, Ryan considered conducting an attack at a number of possible locations, including Simon Fraser University or the Lionsgate Bridge, which is a bridge in Vancouver. Instead of continuing with the violence, Ryan drove himself to a police station in Vancouver. He approached a police officer who was sitting in a police vehicle and said, "I killed my mother." Ryan was charged with first-degree murder.
All right. So
he didn't do anything else?
This is my problem with this. He killed his mom because his mom would have been ashamed of him if she was still alive when he's going around murdering Justin Trudeau. Maybe she voted for him. I don't know. Very possible. They're the type of family that goes into Hollywood and probably very liberal. So he's like, I got to get my mom out of here. She's not going to approve of this. She's going to be very upset. So he pled guilty to second-degree murder. He says, I cannot explain or justify my actions. I have no excuse. It hurts me to think about how badly I've wasted my life. What about your mom's life there, buddy? I mean, your life. You actually wasted someone. But this is Dr. Grande's assessment of it, my clip number 5.
I'm sorry I lost it there. Here we go.
That's all right.
Ryan's primary objective was to kill a number of other people, perhaps because he wanted to get revenge on society. Maybe he wanted to make other people feel the pain that he was feeling. It sounds like he believed he was being judged by other people, like when they saw him in the movies and on television. Whatever his reasons were, in Ryan's mind, his mother was standing in the way. He was already worried about experiencing shame when his mother found out that he stopped going to college classes. If he committed a number of murders, his mother really would have been upset.
So, first, step 1, kill mom. Step 2, kill everyone else. Never got to step 2. So, no reason to do that, but he did pull it off. I got to give him credit for that. My clip number 6 will explain how he was successful, at least at killing his mom.
Ryan rehearsed killing his mother several times. On at least one occasion, he crept up behind her and pointed the rifle at her head.
And that's the thing about actors, Vinny. They know it's all about rehearsal.
Well,
you got to get some good rehearsals in if you want to nail it when it's showtime.
So, Carl, I just want to ask you a question real quick. Do you even want to win at this game?
I think I'm the winner this time. Vote for Carl at thecreepoff.com. How many people did Gary Glitter? How many people did Gary Glitter kill?
It doesn't matter.
How many did he kill? 0.
Carl.
My guy killed his mom for no reason. No good reason at all.
Carl, you got 1 body count.
She was a good piano player, too.
You have somebody nobody's ever heard of.
What?
And you brought in the most boring, monotone motherfucker I've ever listened to in my life to explain a nothing burger.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
What the fuck is it? I don't know what that is.
Vote for Carl.
Is it your autobiography?
Thecreepoff.com. Vote for Carl.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah, go ahead, folks. Thank you. We'll be ringing up win number 3 around this time next week, kids. Carl.
I don't like your confidence right now, Vinny. Don't vote for Vinny. He's overly confident.
Grasping some more straws.
You know what I was gonna bring was actually Cosby.
Huh.
But guess what I did?
What's that?
I looked up to see if we had done Cosby before, and we had.
I did him.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Back in like episode 10 or something like that.
No, it was when we did Creepiest Childhood Hero.
Oh, is that what it was?
I picked Cosby and you picked OJ.
That's right.
I remember.
That's right. Well. Very good. Look at you.
Yeah. So, folks, let's do this real quick. Let's kick it over to Carl's Cop Kit.
Yes.
I think. Let's do it.
I got a great one today.
I can't wait to see Carl's Cop Cam. Fight with the cops for no reason. Will you please show me Carl's Cop Cam? Lose all your rights. Ruin your life.
Jeff Spangler sent this one into me.
He's a saint.
He found a good one today. This is nuts. It's starring a 25-year-old blonde girl that at first I think you're going to fall in love with. She's very attractive.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
I would be a terrible cop.
I would too.
I would just be like, all right, you go ahead.
That's why I don't do it. But she went ahead and drove her car off the road and into a ditch. And that's where we first come up on our suspect.
All right, let's see this hottie in a ditch.
Are you the driver?
No, my friend just like dipped, but
Your
my
friend is the
dad's
driver?
yeah, my dad's gonna get here right now.
Okay, I guess y'all both been drinking.
No.
Oh, I can smell it. That's what I'm asking. Was it on?
I was in the passenger seat, so
I know, but you have been drinking?
no.
Was your driver drinking?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Where did he run to?
it was a girl.
222. Our driver ran away into the woods.
22. Which one did she run away to?
I'm not entirely sure if she's telling the truth or not.
Okay, and I apologize. I realized after the first 2 clips that they were coming in a little resolution, so I do blow it up. It's not going to be like this the entire time.
Okay.
All right, so that's kind of like how we started.
I was
off.
freaking out over here. I thought I did
No,
something.
that was my fault. So that's how we start off. The cop comes up. She's just like walking around outside of her SUV. They're like, ma'am, did you drive this? No, I was just a passenger. And then for some reason, the driver was drinking, but she wasn't at all, which is weird. Usually you'd want to do that the other way around. But when they start asking questions like, well, who was your friend who was driving? She's got no time for that kind of horse shit.
What?
She's got no time for it.
I love
We
it.
have a bunch of callers saying that there's one person in the vehicle.
Hey, you want to?
What? No,
Okay.
it's not the truth.
All right. What's the name of your friends?
I'm not talking to anyone.
All right. Come here. Come here. Come here.
You can't do that.
Quit resisting.
You can't do that.
Quit resisting. Quit
You
resisting.
can't do that.
Knock it off. You're not going to walk away.
You can't do that.
You're about to be detained and handcuffed. You're being detained. Quit resisting.
Okay.
That got ugly quick.
This guy, yes. What I like about this is that how many of these things are they dilly-dallying around? And then finally, after 20 minutes or so, they say, okay, we're going to detain you. This is immediately like, you're walking away from us? No.
Yeah, she smells like a brewery. Her car's in a ditch.
Right.
And she's got a bad attitude. I call that 3 strikes.
She doesn't have the best attitude at all. And then she gets a little clumsy here and trips and falls down.
Ruh-roh.
Yep.
Oopsie.
Stop doing this! I didn't do anything wrong.
You guys good?
Do not kick again.
I was trying to talk to her. She said no. She just started walking away from me.
Well, congratulations. You just assaulted an officer. You all right? Yeah, I'm good.
No, I didn't. You guys are just acting rude.
She started walking away from me, so I grabbed her.
No, I didn't. You guys are
I come over here and she said no, so I grabbed her.
Lying to me.
She's intoxicated.
Yeah.
So she's under arrest now for PI and resisting.
Doing?
All right.
I didn't do anything wrong or right.
So they already got it for public intoxication at this point. But apparently, and I didn't see this on the video, she did kick one of the police officers as they were trying to put the handcuffs on her, which is why they tackled her.
That's
Whatever
what
happened
happens.
there. Yes.
Listen, when they tell you hands behind your back, put your fucking hands behind your back because they're not going to fucking play nice if you don't.
Yeah. And honestly, it's not up for a debate. They're not asking you if you'd like to put your hands behind your back.
And here's the other thing I've realized after watching a lot of these.
Yeah.
If you wiggle away or if you do anything at all, if you're being a dick, they will put on another charge on you for resisting. Even if it's just like you tried to move your hand out of the way. Hey, hold on a second. That's resisting.
Yes.
Just and put your fucking hands behind your back.
Fucking dropped anyway, though. It's so annoying.
I know.
So she says, I don't know my friend's name. I just met her. Meanwhile, it's her car that's in the ditch. We're supposed to believe that she let her drunk friend that she just met drive her car, and then that woman got out and ran away.
Well, again, this doesn't seem like a woman who makes a lot of good decisions.
And later they go to the car and they see the passenger door is open, but that's only because the other door is jammed shut. You can't open it. So they would have had to have both gotten out of the passenger side door. None of this makes any sense.
Okay. So
but Vinny, get ready for your checklist of things that people say to police officers when they're being arrested. Guess what's going to happen to these cops?
Okay. They're going to get sued.
Yep. Clip number 4.
Okay.
You ready to
Tackle me on the ground? My dad's going to sue your ass. You realize that, right?
Hey, you're going to read your Miranda rights, so you need to be quiet.
My dad is going to sue your ass, she says. I don't know if her dad's an attorney or what she thinks is going to happen here, but there will be no suing.
My daddy wah. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna love this this next one. I'm gonna clip 5 here.
It's labeled I don't wanna.
Yeah, this girl might be spoiled a little bit.
That's what I just said. Yeah, that's what you're interested in.
My dad should be here right now.
Can you have a seat?
No.
Have a seat in the car.
No, I don't want to be arrested.
Have a seat. This is why you start getting extra charges for resisting and stuff like that. I want you to have a seat in the car. You're under arrest.
No, you guys were.
Come on.
You bigger than me. You guys just took you down. That's what happened.
See, I just got. Look, I'm the supervisor on scene.
The guy in the
dump car. We're not trying to get anybody hurt or anything like that. Have a seat in the car, man.
No, you didn't do anything wrong.
Come on. Okay.
Please let me go.
Hey, can you get?
Stop! I didn't do anything wrong. You guys were just mean. You're just to me. For no reason. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just nice and I was in the passenger seat.
Oh, she doesn't want to be arrested. She didn't even do anything wrong and she was being nice. But at the same time, she's also bragging about taking these cops down with her, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I took down 2 cops, but I didn't do anything wrong.
But I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why you guys are doing this to me.
That's hysterical.
All right, you ready for another checklist item here? So what's another thing that people say when they're getting arrested? So she's got to go to work in the morning.
Well, she threatened her dad.
Yep.
Oh, you said she has to go to work in the morning?
Well, she says she has to go to work in the morning. You know why that's important for these police officers? Because her taxes pay their salary, Vinny. And she's going to remind them of that.
That'll be good. It's good to keep reminding them of that. They like to they like to know. And they forget.
Work tomorrow to pay your fucking bills. You realize that, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Exactly, glasses guy.
Go ahead.
Times 2.
Okay. Hey.
Take me out of fucking cuffs.
That's not
now.
That's not happening.
No, I really need to go home.
She doesn't get told no very often, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
She is pretty cute, though.
You know what, though? I really like how stunned she is by all of it.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, glasses guy.
Yeah.
She's good at improv, too.
Glasses guy, this has been a fun little skit that we've been doing, but I need to go home now. So can you just take these handcuffs off? Why does anyone think this would ever work? Just take these handcuffs off. I just need to go home now.
I feel like 98% of the time, once the cuffs go on, they're not coming off.
No, not because the person in the cuffs tells them anyway. That's for sure. All right. Now it starts getting funny to her. So you can see, like, at first she's like, what the fuck is going on here? And now she's having a good laugh about it.
Oh, that's good at least.
You realize that,
Wait,
right?
wait, whoa.
Wrong one?
Is that right?
What number are we supposed
It's
to be
supposed to be on 7.
Number 7. Okay, then I definitely hit the wrong one.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Alcoholic beverage and or bread to the taking of a specimen. The other, the license permit or privilege to operate a motor vehicle will be suspended or denied for not less than 90 days, whether or not you are subsequently prosecuted for this offense. If you're younger than 21 years of age and have any detectable amount of alcohol qualified for driving a commercial motor vehicle for a period of not less than 1 year, you may request a hearing on the system. Do you consent to giving a...
I'm not signing anything without my lawyer.
I'm asking, do you consent?
No.
Okay.
So she's calling him bald guy, the bald guy times 2. That makes her giggle. So she's just been in a pretty major accident here, dumping her truck. I guess she was driving very quickly and dumping her truck into the ditch. So they decide to bring her to the hospital to get her checked out. And she's very demanding. It's amazing how she thinks that she's in control of this situation, Vinny.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting that vibe. She's like, I called you and now I'm arrested. Come on.
Right. Doesn't even
This
make
is
sense.
Crazy. All right. Let's see what her high demands are.
You're dumb. You realize that you guys tackled a pregnant girl, right? Oh yeah. Tackle me even more.
You would chill out. You wouldn't have to.
And the other, what is he black? I don't know. But whatever the race he is, he's in jail. I don't know what the fuck he is right now. Because me, my best friend is black and gay.
I know you don't care.
Okay.
But he is one of our doctors and he's going to be taking care of you tonight, okay?
No, he's not.
Okay.
No one gives a fuck about me.
Well, we do.
No, I want another doctor.
You don't have
There is
another
another.
I want another doctor.
This is what you get, ma'am.
This is what you
You have
get.
a choice.
Give him.
I actually do.
No, you don't.
I do.
Miss
Can I
Faith.
have her removed?
Can I have her removed? She goes, I want a different doctor. Like, this is the doctor. I'm sorry. She's like, can I have her removed, please? What does she think is going on here?
This is odd. I hate so many things. At first, I'm like, oh, she's pregnant. Cool. She puts out. And then she's talking about her gay black best friend.
Yeah, it's cool, guys. My best friend is gay and black, so I can say whatever the fuck I want. Obviously. Yeah, she says she's pregnant, which is interesting because she's very drunk. So that seems like a bad idea right there.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into my clip 9.
How do you celebrate a pregnancy?
Good point. We're going to go into my clip 9, and apparently it's not funny anymore. She's no longer having, remember she was having fun with it and laughing. Not anymore.
Well, she was trying to punch a cop there.
She was just throwing, they had to handcuff her down to the bed there because she was trying to assault the police officer again.
Yeah, wow. Not funny anymore.
You realize that, right? Two grown men! Down to the ground! I don't know. What do you think? Right now!
You don't have to
Him! What? 150 pounds! I don't give a what they think right now! Okay?
How much have you had to drink?
None! Anything!
Okay, how much have you had to drink? She's screaming it at the doctor's face, getting as close to him as she can.
Yeah,
handcuffed to that bed. He's like,
I imagine he doesn't believe her when she's screaming that loudly.
Well, he even says, he goes, "You reek like alcohol. I'm sure you've been drinking." And then she goes on to say, "You guys don't even care about me, but my dad does." And the doctor goes, "Your dad is going to be embarrassed. When your dad gets here, he's going to be so, no, he's not. He's going to take care of all you jerks." And this goes on and on. So then she gets very agitated with the doctor. My clip number 10 here.
Oh, no.
I would suck you so hard right now. If I could.
What the fuck?
And I think it's sucky.
We're just trying to talk to you. No one's even touched you.
Man, I think it's sock you. I would sock you so fucking hard in the fucking face right now.
Such a bad.
And it would be so good. I don't go.
Wow.
So now she just wants to punch the doctor for some reason.
This type of behavior is unbecoming.
Yeah, it is.
Of
I
a
know.
lady.
Yeah, you're making it so I don't even want to date you anymore, ma'am. I just want to let you know that I'm not even going to ask you out now.
And what a fucking tough talk. I'd sock you right in the schnoz.
Yeah, it'd be so good. I'd hit you so good. I think he could take her personally, but now she starts escalating things, Vinny, in my next clip.
Okay.
You know what that fucking means? You know what that means? That's what it means!
Oh boy. Just honked a loogie at the nurse. That's not good. I don't even know why they're all just sitting there calmly anyway.
Did they chain her feet down? Because she had a lot of room to.
Not yet.
Like if I'm her.
Not yet. They will. It's going to happen.
I'm kicking before I'm spitting.
Well,
you got to go down the checklist of offense.
The nurse is a little too far away to kick at this point. So she hawks a loogie over at the nurse. And of course, that's going to be another charge of assault.
Sure.
And maybe we can add a few more charges here in my next clip.
Oh, no.
Any complaints?
There you go again.
Another one.
Knock it off. Put the lid on. Yep, sure did.
She's able to just take the.
Why are you spitting? That's just nasty.
Okay.
I'm fine with all of this.
So now, what's that called? A spit hood?
Yeah.
They put the spit hood on her. You can still see her through that, but she can no longer.
It's basically like a stocking.
Yes.
So
right.
like when you spit, it's all just going to stay all over your own face.
Right. Now, what happens after this is that she starts puking. So they have to take the thing off because now she's vomiting into her own mouth.
I turn my head and let her choke to death.
I'm with you on that, Vinny. But these people are a lot nicer than you and me. This continues to escalate here.
All right.
Stop spitting
Notice how her shoes are now off. They have her cuffed. Her ankles are cuffed to the bed because she was kicking. I mean, this goes to the insanity's nuts. I had to pull my clips to show you what's going on. But this just goes on and on and on. I don't know why they really just need to strap her down to something and walk away. She just needs and I don't know why they put up with drunks like this. Let her cry it out for a few hours. You know what I mean? Let her work herself out through her system and calm the fuck down. Because nothing that they're doing is helping this at all.
Well, they're thinking that maybe she's injured from the crash or something like that.
Right.
And nurses can't get to her.
Trying to check her out.
You know what, though? Chris Popke, threw up a hawk to her.
Yeah.
But she does kind of look like that Haley girl.
She does.
She does kind of.
And she does spit
a lot.
She knows how to spit. That's for sure. And since we're all getting horned up over here, let's find out when they bring her outside to transfer her to a police vehicle to bring her to the jail. Then she starts getting sexual.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, guys. I'm just so gonna orgasm today. When I go on a fucking day, every night.
Turn. So you want to go around to the other side?
She was before this, she's making humping motions and telling the police officer she wants to hump him. And then she's going, oh my gosh, I'm having an orgasm. I'm getting an orgasm from this. She's all over the fucking place, Vinny.
She's fucking gross.
She's an emotional roller coaster, it seems like, this one.
I don't feel good about that and those noises.
Oh, it gets worse. Let's hear what she sounded like when they were driving her to jail in my next clip.
Oh, Christ.
I don't know who this woman is, but if she wants to come on the Creep Off, I would love to have a interview with her. Love to know what was going on that night.
Sorry, Danny, we got a new results girl.
Yeah, baby. Unless Danny has a video like this out there somewhere.
Yeah, Danny, do you have any video of you spitting on cops? Send it our way.
She's screaming for her mommy in the back. So embarrassing.
Yeah, make up your mind.
She is nuts, though. This is one of the craziest videos. It's 40 minutes long, and this just goes on and on. I just have one more clip on here talking about the charges.
All right.
She's facing
You guys all right? Yeah, you guys are
obstruction and retaliation, harassment of multiple public servants, resisting arrest, search or transport, assault causing bodily injury, driving while intoxicated.
When did this happen, Carl?
This is 2022.
Oh, so she might still be in jail.
Or no, no, it's right up there, 2023. It's November 28th, 2023, so not even a year ago.
Wow. She's a real treat.
She is a real treat. I wish I knew more about her. I would love to know when these types of videos like this go viral and there's millions of views on them. I wonder what that does to someone's life.
Wow.
That all of their friends and family get to see this. Must be fun.
I can't imagine anyone's taking her side.
Well, right. When she's like, Dad, I'm going to go out drinking with my friends. No, you're not. You don't go out drinking ever again. No drinking for you. My balls with $20.
Thanks, my balls.
Thank you, my balls.
I appreciate that.
Hey, if we're going to go into some super chats, I hate the way you do it.
Why?
You just randomly pick ones up. We have ones that we haven't looked at yet.
Okay, well, I'm going to go right to the top.
I'm sorry, Vinny.
You're
not feeling good today. I apologize.
You're a real piece of shit.
Rocco Orby does $5 says, I have read on Glitter Shenanigans with
Savile, Jimmy Savile.
Jimmy Savile, thank you. One story was told by Savile's valet, and it involves them and an alehouse keeper's underage daughter. Oh, there's many a tale.
Would they sneak her a drink or something?
Many a tale from those two. Brazilian Nut Chaser. Breaking news. Rob Sal is coming to DabbleCon 2 by bus. All right. We got another celebrity in the house.
There's not even a bus stop near here.
Dang Lizard 5 Euro says, how did Dr. Grande know Carl's creep was rehearsing? Maybe Carl should have brought in Dr. Grande and his fantasies. Hashtag vote for Vinny. Because he confessed all these things. We know what happened. He talked about it. Dang Lizard. Rick U, $32.25 says, the only time I've taken the cuffs off after an arrest is because the guy had the same name and birthday as someone else with a warrant. Oh, I didn't realize Rick U, 3220 was a police officer. But yeah, that would make sense if you got the wrong guy. Like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're right.
We're licking your boots today.
Yes.
Rick U.
You, sir, are allowed to go home. Michael C, $2 says, Vinny isn't feeling good because of the Ozempic. But Pauline Ozempic.
Listen, guys, I'm not on the O. I don't do O.
No, he would have lost a lot more weight by now.
I know.
If that were the case.
I wish.
All right, we got some voicemails coming in, I bet.
We do, and they're brought to us by our good friends in Syracuse.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. We may not have much in terms of gold, silver, and bronze, but no one can touch our collection of aluminum and tin. See you in Syracuse.
Carl, this is a message from our pal Evan in Michigan.
Okay.
Hey, guys. Evan from Michigan calling in. Wanting to congratulate you on not falling for the hype and doing, a themed episode during the Olympics, like Creepiest Parisian or Creepiest Olympian that's not Bruce Jenner. Good for you guys. Yeah, I love you. Call me back.
I never even considered it. I don't pay attention to the Olympics at all. Have you been watching the Olympics at all?
I watched a lot of the basketball games.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. That was a fucking crazy team. That was a fucking crazy U.S. team.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are they good at basketball, the U.S.?
Well, they got that gold medal to prove it.
Neat.
They lost by like a point or two to France, but one to beat France by only a point or two, something else. Carl, let's keep them going.
Gotta hand it to you, Vinny. Your creep was fucking disgusting. The fact that he killed all those animals was wasteful. You can fuck those things so many times. I mean, they're a renewable resource. In fact, you just get one male, one female. The next thing you know, you got yourself a furry fuck harem, but he was choosing to kill him? What kind of sick son of a bitch would do something so vile? I don't know. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
I think it's because killing them was the only way he came.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy, I have to admit. I got a voicemail for us here.
Lay it on me.
Hey, Carl, this is for the creep off. You don't have to play it. I'm just wondering if you can put in a link for the Carl's cock cam videos. I don't know if it's feasible. If you get them off of YouTube or whatever, if you could put the link in the description of the podcast, that'd be great. Because sometimes these fuckers are so insane that I really want to watch like the rest of the story. I got the Reader's Digest, and now I want the rest. So if you can't, I understand. But if you can, please. All right,
My
love
friend,
we can do that.
I could absolutely do that. If Carl sends me the link,
I can do that. I'll start sending you the link. That's a good idea. We should do that, especially today's one. It's nuts.
I try to put as many links in there to like our Scum Parade stories and all that stuff. So yeah, the cop cam we definitely need to.
Sounds good. Did we play this one? I can't remember if we played this or not.
Hey, this is for the creep off. So I've been thinking, since Carl landed on the wheel of consequences, the spot where he has to give up all his Patreon money to Vinny, I've been thinking, this is going to last for a while. Probably it's going to last until Vinny spins the wheel, obviously.
Yep.
And I was thinking, wouldn't it be great? What if when Vinny spun the wheel, he landed on give money to Podcast Hitman, and he gave all the money that is rightfully Carl's to him? Be a lot more than $100. I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Carl? Got me back.
Hilarious.
I'm not getting. Fuck that. Hold on. Speaking of Podcast Hitman, before I finish the voicemails. Oh, yeah. We'll go with one of these.
It's okay, I'm gonna have a three-way. Jen and Chrissy gonna fuck me each and every way. Carl, film that shit and put it up on eBay. Gonna make some fucking money off my three-way.
I have a podcast.
Yeah, girl.
What the fuck?
Dude, I have so many Podcast Hitman themes.
I know you never met me, but I don't know why. All I wanna do is bust a nut in your eye.
Yeah, maybe not. This is what I was looking for.
Okay.
There's a Podcast Hitman update.
Yeah, I actually got a letter from him. I haven't looked at it yet.
You got a letter from him?
I did.
Where'd he send it?
To our P.O. Box.
No shit. So we stopped sending them here, thank God.
What is your update?
Well, the Michigan Supreme Court sends Macomb County murder case back to Michigan Court of Appeals for a decision.
Oh.
There's some movement on the case.
Oh, great.
On Thursday, June 20th, 2024, the Michigan Supreme Court remanded the Macomb County prosecutor's appeal and Matthew Lewinsky murder case back to the Michigan Court of Appeals. Basically, what's going on is his lawyer is trying to get his confession stricken from the record.
Oh, okay, because he was insane.
Because he was insane. So they're trying to fight that, and it looks like there's a chance it might happen because the judge set it back to the other court.
That's fun.
Yeah. So it's alleged that in December of 2020, Matthew Lewinsky murdered his girlfriend, hit her body, and later cut her body up to conceal the murder, while probably listening to Patrick Michael podcasts.
Cut her body up to conceal the. I don't remember that part.
That was the new
flesh missing. I didn't know.
The new little tip that we got.
Oh,
he was trying to cut her up too.
Okay, so he wasn't being that proactive because it was like 7 months, but he was trying to do something.
They said that there's strips of meat cut from her back. Now that's what the first thing.
Yeah,
that was the first thing we heard. Now we heard cut up her body. So
interesting.
Macomb County. Sorry, everybody.
Yes, Macomb County.
Macomb County. I'll get it right. So that's my Podcast Hitman update that I promised you.
Well, wouldn't that be amazing if he actually goes to trial for this, and then you and me have to go and testify? Wouldn't that be fun?
No.
You don't want to do that?
No.
Maybe they'd make Patrick Michael come too. We can hang out with Patty Broken Skull, grab some beers with him, ride bikes together.
Good old Roy, Vinny, and Patty.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Paint Macomb County red, just like Matt Lewinsky did in December of 2020.
Yeah.
All right.
Not great.
Here's another voicemail.
I like dogs. I'm also very racist, so I got to vote for Carl this week.
Yeah, that was your
that was my voter.
Yeah, that was your one voter.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Whatever your reason.
Okay. We have some very interesting Hulk Hogan news here.
Whoa.
Now, it's more about the beer.
I was going to say, we got news on our bonus show. Oh, we should talk about the bonus show we did. My buddy in LA reached out to me and said, Carl, I really want to hear that bonus show you did on the Creep Off. How do I sign up for the Patreon? Because we were talking about how we had Tab Burt on the show, Mad Cucks, and we were breaking down, we put Maddox in the Creep Off Hall of Fame. And I went in and presented the whole story of Maddox and Dick Masterson and the falling out and the wool suit and this new documentary that just dropped from Maddox. And we talked all about that. But my buddy in LA said he couldn't find our Patreon. We do not show up on searches on Patreon for some reason. I don't know why that is, but the Creep Off.
For real? Are we like shadow blocked?
Yeah, we're like shadow blocked or something because I couldn't find it either. Obviously, there's a link to it on the creepoff.com.
Yeah, go to the creepoff.com and just click on the link. And I'm sorry that's happening. I have no idea why.
It's annoying.
Didn't that happen to you like on Twitter too or something?
Yeah,
like
I'm
that?
shadow banned on Twitter for sure.
Oh,
no one can find me on Twitter.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to find this real quick. But here's the voicemail. One of our listeners has tasted the Hulk Hogan Real American Beer.
Oh.
Guys, it's a fucking thing. Hulk Hogan's beer, the great Real American Beer, is a fucking thing. I got some for free at a concert because we had to wait for the performance because it was raining. So they gave everybody essentially Busch Light. It tastes exactly like Busch Light, but it has Hulk's ugly mug on the fucking can, absolutely shredded, which we all know he's not anymore because we saw the fucking Trump rally, and he's holding up the American flag. Oh my God, it embodies all of Hulk Hogan. I sent you a picture of the can because I thought it was funny. I didn't know it was actually produced. Also, I sent you a picture of myself by accident. Fucking ignore that. I'm very sorry about that. Thank you, fucky bye.
Wow. We know someone who actually tasted Hulk Hogan's beer.
His version of Busch Light.
This is amazing. That sounds great to me, by the way. That's all I want it to taste like.
Just
that sounds awesome.
Just something kind of shitty.
I actually drank a Busch Light last time I was down in Florida because that was the only light beer they had on draft. Busch. Imagine getting Busch Light on draft. Yeah, I know. I was like, gosh, fuck it. I have a Busch Light.
I'd rather have someone piss in my glass.
That can be arranged, sir.
No, thank you. Carl, I'm done with voicemails. You got any more?
Nope, that's all I got, buddy.
All right. Well, I guess that means it is time for a Scum Parade, folks. I can't wait.
Scum Parade, take me on a raid of these fuck charades that these creeps have made. Scum Parade, Vinnie and Karl gonna tell you about some fuck shit. Scum Parade, like stories of a kid fucked by his mom or dad, soaking up the blood of a cat. Scum Parade.
Suck on D's Nuts says, I just searched for Creep Off on Patreon and it showed up way down the list and the logo was blurred out for some reason.
That's bizarre. That is
You think
bizarre.
they take enough of our fucking cut of our fucking money that they would fucking make it so people that want to find it could at least find it?
Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense. Why would they want to make it difficult for people to sign up?
This actually really upsets me that I'm hearing. And you know what else is going on? Listen to this shit. I got an email today from Patreon who could suck my fucking dick all the way home. They're going to start adding on that 30% surcharge for iOS devices.
Yeah, I just saw that too. So now Apple's like, oh, hey, guess what? We just found out that people are giving you money through our system. And so we want some of that money.
Yeah, 30%.
We need to wet our beak.
30%.
Dude, it's fucked up. Apple's fucked up. That's ridiculous.
I'm going to fucking smash my iPhone with a hammer when I'm done with this show. Fuck you.
Don't pay through Apple, please, for Patreon or Super Chats or anything. Just don't use your Apple device for that.
Thank you.
They suck.
Please, and they're fucking us, guys. They're fucking us. You want to do a Scum Parade now? I got stories.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. We're going to start down in Florida, Carl. If I can only find my stuff. Where'd it go? Oh, no.
We're in Sarasota, Florida.
We certainly are.
There's some people who drove from Orlando to go fishing. They're excited to be in Sarasota.
Got it. They got into a little bit of a problem down by the pier. You see, 3 people from the Orlando area came down to Sarasota, like Carl said. A man named Jonathan Arias was shot and killed. A disabled homeless man, 66-year-old Richard Miner, is in jail accused of the crime.
He's not homeless anymore, so that's good.
Yeah, this guy looks like a problem.
Oh, he's a busybody. He's my least favorite kind of person, this guy.
According to the police affidavit, Arias arrived at Hart's Landing off John Ringling Causeway with his wife and a friend. He parked his truck in one of 2 handicap spaces to unload and go fishing. Miner, a disabled amputee living out of his car, was parked in the other spot. The report stated Minor questioned Arias about parking in the spot, asking if they were disabled. But then things turned confrontational and both men exchanged words.
You know what's annoying about this? So this guy lives in his car. So he's parking in a handicap spot. He has a handicap pass. You know, he's disabled. But he doesn't have to be parked anywhere close to anything. He's not going anywhere. That's just his home. So what the fuck does he care where he parks?
Yeah. Well, technically, this guy parked on his lawn.
Right. I think that's the way he sees it. This guy comes up. He's already got a spot. The guy pulls up next to him. He's just like, hey, how come you're parking there? It's just like, mind your own business, asshole. It's not for you to be concerned about. There's too many handicap spots in America. Is it the same way in other countries where half of the fucking every single place you go to,
try to find an escalator in Rome.
Half of the parking lot, yeah, right. Half of the parking lot is handicap spots, and now they're adding on expected mothers and all these other bullshit. So you can't park anywhere near anything, and no one's ever using those spots.
They're always empty.
They're always empty.
So
fuck you, Richard Minor.
Mr. Arias.
I want to fight this guy now.
You have to go bail him out first.
Okay.
Excuse me. So the friend and the wife and this guy Arias went to the pier with their fishing gear. Witnesses told police Minor antagonized them from afar. So he's sitting there yelling shit at them,
right?
Trying to start a fight. The affidavit says Arias was leaving in his truck. Minor yelled at him for driving in the wrong direction.
So the guy's like, fine, we'll leave. They gets back in the truck. You know, they got their shit out. That's fine. We'll go find another place to park. And then they go the wrong way in a parking lot. What's the difference?
Gives a fucking shit.
And this guy's
put an arrow on the pavement. I'll shove it right up your asshole. I don't care.
Right.
Fuck you.
Continues to bark at them. So this guy's finally like, bro, you want to fucking handle this shit or what? He gets out of the truck, comes over to Richard Minor, like, what's up, boy? That's when bad things started happening.
So he's at the car window yelling at Mr. Minor. Police said more words were exchanged that led to Minor spraying Arias with bear spray.
Why does he have bear spray? Are there a lot of bears in Sarasota?
Well, he's a homeless person. I'm sure that he's got to look out for bears.
Wouldn't it make more sense to have alligator spray?
Good point.
I don't know why there's bear spray in this story.
Well, that's when Arias went to the driver's side of the vehicle and Minor fired several shots from his gun, hitting and killing Arias.
Oh, boy.
So here's the lesson. Don't fuck with the Crips.
Okay, well, yes, that is true, Vinny. It's not my takeaway from this story, but that is true.
Might be the name of this episode. Locals at Hart's Landing said they were shocked to hear about the violence, but Mr. Minor,
this stupid news story. The locals were shocked to hear about the violence. They interviewed, a person on the street, and this woman goes, "Yeah, I'm pretty surprised by this violence." Great, thanks for your time today, ma'am.
So the affidavit also says Minor pointed his gun at the wife and the friend when they got out of the car.
You want a piece of this too, bitch? They're like, nope. We actually didn't think we should park there at all. We told him not to park there.
Listen, he wasn't handicapped. You are absolutely right to shoot my husband dead right here. The bear spray's a little much, though, but, Minor told police as he's being, detained for this whole situation that he'd been drinking while sitting in his car. And he also brought up to officers how people have been illegally parking in the handicapped spaces. He's like, I'm not the problem. I'm the drunk guy with weapons sitting in his car, just policing the handicap spots. I'm on your side, officer.
Yeah, I wonder why this guy has to live out of his car. I wonder if he's made some bad decisions throughout his life.
I could think of one.
Yep.
I could think of one. He told police he'd been drinking while he was in his car. He's in the Sarasota County Jail now, charged with murder and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Now, Carl.
Yes.
This next story is fucking bonkers to me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid.
It's not even a story, but go ahead.
What do you mean?
I'll explain.
Okay. 3 people are facing charges after an Oklahoma man was allegedly bound in duct tape and forced to jump off a bridge into traffic.
Yeah. So you were going to say something about when you were a kid?
No, when I was a kid, I used to love pirate shit.
Uh-huh.
They made this motherfucker walk the plank.
Yeah.
They fucking
You're right.
made this guy walk the fucking plank off a bridge.
Yeah.
This happened in Omagh County Sheriff, or Omagh County in Oklahoma. Officer said deputies responded on July 25th to a report of someone jumping into traffic near the Deep Fork River Bridge. Deputies arrived to find a badly injured man in need of immediate medical attention. He was transported to a hospital. Upon further investigations, deputies learned the victim had been abducted and forced off the bridge after being bound with duct tape. They fucking made him walk the plank, Carl.
They wrapped him in duct tape and then pushed him off made him jump off a bridge.
After interviewing witnesses, one arrest was made. After further interviews, investigators were able to locate the firearm used in the crime. That they had a gun. They're like, go.
Yep.
You either jump it or I'm shooting you. 2 more people were identified as suspects. Sean Lunny, 31, Brianna Nomer, 18, and Jason Lawson, 21, were all arrested and charged with kidnapping. Lunny is additionally facing a felony firearms charge and a charge of aggravated assault and battery. He's being held on $250,000 bond.
Can I tell you why this story sucks now?
Please.
Did the reporter ever ask, hey, why do they do that?
I agreed.
What was the relationship to this guy? What was their motive? What's going on here?
No, I'm with you.
There's not a single fucking detail about anything except for what happened. You're like, oh, okay. Did you want to ask a follow-up question? Do you want to get a cop to say something?
Megan, if you're listening, please figure out what happened with this and let me know.
What's going on?
Thank you, Meg. Okay, Carl. Do you know what keel hauling is, by the way?
I don't.
Do you ever hear the old pirates used to keel haul someone?
No. What is that?
It's like, so they would do the plank to some people, but if you're particularly awful on the ship, what they would do is they would basically drop a rope from the front. They would take a rope that would go all the way around the ship. They would tie it to the, both sides and bring the sides of the rope up.
Okay.
And they would tie you to it. Your hands one side and your feet on the other side. And then they would pull the rope and it would drag you down the side of the ship on all the barnacles and stuff while you're getting cut the fuck up.
Oh.
By the time you get to the water, you're almost dead. Then you get underwater and they're still pulling you back all the way around the ship. You're being scraped around the outside.
Fun.
When you get to the bottom where there's a point,
yeah,
you fucking snap your neck on it because they're pulling you so hard. And by the time they pull you up, you're dead and they throw you back off the fucking boat.
That's a fun activity.
Yeah. That's
Probably a team building exercise, I would imagine.
That's a fun thing I learned recently. Keel hauling.
The problem with that is now you got a bloody boat.
I think it adds to the lore
now you got to take your boat to the boat wash.
It's in water already.
And the guy who's getting dragged across the ship like that, I bet he's got something going on too.
Bloody ass. Can I get a little sympathy? Because I got a bloody ass.
That's my favorite song.
I'm bleeding generously because I got a bloody ass.
Mechanical Ape says, let's do that at DabbleCon 2.
Dabble Mania 2.
No. Dabble Mania.
Who are we going to keel haul? Please don't be me.
Not it.
All right, Carl. In one of the more fucked up stories I've ever seen, let's talk about this lovely young lady, Jessica Jones. The self-proclaimed habitual liar from Texas, Fort Worth to be exact. She's going to be spending the rest of her life behind bars for intentionally poisoning her 4-year-old daughter, plying the preschooler with excessive amounts of Benadryl and other drugs to fake a seizure disorder.
Yeah, this is an odd one right here.
Well, we've all seen these stories where parents, they like the attention of having a sick kid. So they get their kids sick and then everybody's like, oh, we'll help. And everybody's all nice to them.
Munchausen by proxy, I believe is what it's called.
The Munchausen by proxy. Munchausen is the disease that the mothers have. The by proxy is the one when the kids go with it.
No. When you want your kid to be sick for all the sympathy and stuff.
Yeah, that's Munchausen syndrome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this woman has reached a deal with prosecutors and agreed to plead guilty to 1 count of injury to a child with serious bodily and mental injury. Now, this woman is insane.
Yes.
The charges stem from her poisoning one of her 5 children, but authorities have repeatedly said they believe Jones victimized all of her kids in similar fashions. Jones was initially arrested just over 2 years ago.
She has 5 kids, this one.
Yeah.
She just stopped at 4. Seemed like she was getting away with it for a while there.
So she got arrested 2 years ago for this, right? Since then, since she was out on bond, she's repeatedly continued to poison other kids. They said back in July of this year, they caught her giving medication to a 12-year-old girl who was not her daughter. The girl reportedly testified that Jones claimed to be a nurse and gave her medication that caused her to feel dizzy.
You got to believe all women.
She was going on dating apps to meet dudes with kids so she could poison their children to get access to it.
So weird. That is such a weird, I don't know if it's a fetish or what that is, that she gets pleasure from that.
Well, this is just completely insane. So this is how this all started. On a wonderful day, June 19th, 2022.
Yes.
She brought her daughter to the emergency room. And they said she was suffering from a chronic seizure disorder. Jones had brought her daughter to the same ER on multiple previous occasions for the same reason.
Right.
They said she had seizure disorder. Well, the first time she was there, they ran a blood test and they realized that they saw a lot of Benadryl and like antihistamines and shit in this kid's system. And they had already released her So they were just like, I guess we'll get her the next time. Well, the next time she shows up, they do a blood test on this kid and they get it back quickly. They expedite the results.
Yeah.
And the anti-allergy medication in her system was really at dangerous levels. So the medical staff, again, about an hour, forgive me, guys, during the times Jones allegedly accompanied her child into the bathroom multiple times.
So this kid's in the hospital.
Yep.
And the mom is taking the kid into the bathroom throughout the day.
Well, they already suspect the mom.
Right.
So they're running this test, and the mom is getting the kid up, taking her to the bathroom with her purse.
Yep.
Doing very, very suspiciously.
And then each time an hour passes and the kid has a reaction.
Body tremors.
Yes.
Elevated heart rate.
Right.
Unable to stand. When questioned, Jones initially denied giving her child any medication since she's been in the hospital. However, the girl's urine samples allegedly came back positive for Benadryl every day she was at the facility.
This is what's crazy about this, Vinny. This is everyone's least favorite thing to do. Be stuck in a hospital. Be in the hospital with your kid. This is torture. This is not what anybody wishes for. And she's perpetuating it.
So here's the other thing I don't understand. If this is her kink and she went to great lengths to give a lot of kids stuff that they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Do you realize how expensive this is?
I
taking
didn't
your
even
kid
I didn't think of that.
back and forth to the hospital.
Well, she's probably got good insurance.
She's probably got government assistance or something.
Yeah. Yeah. 5 kids, probably.
Yeah. So detectives showed up. They responded. They interviewed Jones, who denied giving her daughter any medication. She did say, I had Benadryl in my purse, but she said it was for her allergies. When confronted with the results from the urinalysis, she admitted to giving her 4-year-old 4 or 5 25 milligram adult Benadryl tablets on multiple occasions. Children are not supposed to take Benadryl until they're at least 6 years old.
It's not good for them.
Yeah. So she eventually breaks down and admits she, quote, needs help. I think I'm a horrible person, she told police per the affidavit.
Yeah, you're right. You got that one right.
I don't love myself. I don't like who I am. I'm tired of living a life like this. I'm tired of hurting people. I don't know.
We don't
I
like
really
you
don't.
either.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, really.
Man, fuck her. One of the child's doctors told investigators that the girl showed signs of severe Benadryl poisoning, which placed her at substantial risk of seizures, cardiac arrhythmia, difficulty breathing, coma, all of which could lead to death. All for fucking attention. Spend the rest of your life in prison, cunt. All right. I got one more story. And because DabbleCon is this weekend, I figured I'd take us back to Rochester for it.
Oh, yeah. What's going on in Rochester? There's no crime here, is there?
There's 2 sisters who are going to be going to jail for a while.
I hope so.
Tia Kayla Hendricks and Taquita Hendricks were each charged with 2nd-degree murder and 1st-degree arson this week. Both felonies in connection with the death of 5-year-old Malachi Stovall. Now, the sisters are accused of dousing the front porch of 1290 Portland Avenue with a flammable substance and igniting a blaze around 2 a.m. So they just went to this house, poured gasoline all over the front porch. It's a duplex, by the way. So if they were mad at someone, there's 2 families that are about to get fucked up.
Yep.
And this child was unfortunately burned to death.
Yes, this is brutal. So the 5-year-old kid is upstairs. Now, the worst babysitter in the history of babysitting survived. So that's great. Happy for the babysitter.
Well, if I didn't get out safely, how could the baby?
But this was a brutal fire. Firefighters were injured. The babysitter was hospitalized. The kid was killed. Like this, and I remember when this happened too. Yeah. This was a huge. I didn't realize that somebody died in it and that it was arson, but this was a huge fire.
That house was completely leveled by this fire.
Yep.
Malachi and his family had nothing to do with the tragedy that occurred. They had no connection to anything that had been precipitated the setting of the house on fire. So they declined to discuss what motivated the arson, citing the ongoing investigation, but noted that 1290 was the intended target for the fire.
Dude, the police said the motive's not important. It's like, why not? Of course it is. Of course that's important. Why did they do that? What was the fucking point of that?
This was just a senseless tragedy that took the life of an innocent 5-year-old.
I would like to know why they did that. What is it? Why does no one want to know why people do shit anymore? Is that the whole point of this?
So here's an interesting fact. They're scheduled to be arraigned on 9:30 a.m. Wednesday. I'm going to give you guys a heads up for next week. There might not be an episode on Monday at our normal time.
Oh, really?
Because your pal Vinny got fucking jury duty.
Shut up. You got to report on Monday?
I got a call Friday to find out. So I'm just giving everybody the heads up now.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
You're telling me. You know, what I'm going to say when I get there. And the first question I'm going to ask very loudly in front of everybody. Am I allowed to talk about this on my true crime podcast?
Yes, good idea.
Get me right the fuck out of there.
Yes, ask everyone that. I reported for jury duty not too long ago, and it's basically you just sit around forever. There's no chance to talk to someone or tell them why you shouldn't be there or anything like that. You just sit around for fucking ever.
Well, the last time I had it, I was actually assigned to a jury. We went in, and they were doing like the jury picking stuff.
Yeah.
And they asked me, he's like, do you have any adverse feelings about drugs? And I was like, they're terrible. I hate anybody who sells drugs. I hate them.
Yeah, I think you said
drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs.
And then they let me go. They were like, yeah, let's let this guy who's very passionate go.
You did not do that.
Yes, I did.
Really?
I most certainly didn't. They let me out. I had a cousin who died of a drug overdose.
Oh, man.
It's a true story.
All right.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Vinny show up in a Princess Leia costume. That's my buddy Tommy's gimmick. So, folks, I feel like shit.
I know. We'll let you go. There's just a couple of new super chats that
Let's
came
hit all
in.
those up.
Let's hit those, starting with Bob. Bob for $10 says, Vinny Winnie People's Champ, B.O.
Thank you, Bob.
He says you have body odor.
I don't think that's what he meant. But
I think so. Mechanical $85 says another easy win for Vinny this week. Hashtag Vinny F and Winnie sent from my iPhone. What an asshole. Don't use your iPhone for this, people. Did you just skip over Hunter Duke?
Sorry.
Hunter Duke, $5 says, please put this towards the creepiest goal on the internet. Feels so much sweeter than the People's Champ. Gets 100% of the super chat. Vote Vinny. I don't like what's going on here. My boy Dang Lizard will have my back. €5 says, ever notice how the Catalano story seems similar to the Dee Blanchard story, only the Catalanos got arrested for the fraud and survived the stabbing? Who's Dee Blanchard?
Are you talking about Gypsy Rose Blanchard? I don't know. I honestly don't know, Dang. I'm sorry, pal.
I'll have to look that up, Dang.
Folks, I love you all.
Poor
if
Vinny.
I don't survive this,
Vinny's not well, everyone.
It's been fun.
We need you to get better before DabbleCon 2.
I have so much to do, dude. You don't even understand.
I do understand that. I also have so much to do. And also, guys, if you're coming into Rochester, you're going to be here Thursday night. We're all going to Lux Lounge. It's on South Ave. It's 666 South Ave. And they got a big, giant backyard. It's huge. We're going to hang out there.
We're going to have a softball game.
I hear that some people are going to be smoking cigarettes when they're in Rochester. There's going to be some beer drinking. I was looking at Lux's website, and you know what they brag about on there? They've been in the top 10 of Pabst Blue Ribbon sellers multiple times. They sell a lot of PBR at Lux.
Are they trying to get me to go there? What are they doing?
So
can I get a real American beer there?
If you're coming to Rochester for this weekend, let's hang out Thursday night, and we'll see you at DabbleCon.
That's right. And we'll see you when we see you. Thank you, guys. Make sure you vote at thecreepoff.com. And if you were looking for us on Patreon and couldn't find us, all the links that you need are on thecreepoff.com. It's nice to be important.
It's more important to be nice.
Yeah.